Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Cleveland Indians and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for Cleveland is Wayne Garland, whose record is 7-10 with a 4.93 ERA. And pitching for Detroit tonight is Milt Wilcox, whose record is 9-3 with a 3.74 ERA. And so we lost the last two games of the three-game series against Baltimore, a series that we really needed to sweep. And because we lost those two games, we've fallen back to third place. We're 2.5 games back. Baltimore jumped us to 2 games back, and the Yankees are sitting there in first place. So we're at that point in the season where it's checking the standings day by day. And I have to admit, it's a little frustrating. We finished the season against Baltimore with a record of 6-12. They won 12, we won 6. So 12 out of 18 games were won by Baltimore. So we did not handle our business. And we turned to Milt Wilcox today. All of our bullpen is available. Again, if you're just catching up, Bob Stanley and Keith Comstock are both in our bullpen because of 2 recent bullpen injuries. And our lineup against the righty Wayne Garland is different today because Parrish and Kemp are both listed as tired, and I played them even though they were tired throughout the Baltimore series. So today we're going to give them a little bit of a break, and we're putting Champ Summers at DH. We move Carlton Fisk into the catcher's spot, and Bob Baylor's going to take Kemp's place in left field. And so let's pull up the stats here. And if you take a look, we're going to go ahead and do the rundown. And then over here on the right side, you'll see the 1980 Topps baseball card that best represents this player. So batting leadoff and playing second base for the Indians is Kevin Romberg. Batting second and at shortstop is Jerry Dubzinski. Batting third and in right field is Gary Matthews. Batting cleanup and at first base is Audrey Thornton. Batting fifth and DHing tonight is Carl Pagel. Batting sixth and catching is Ron Hasse. Batting seventh and in left field is Joe Charbonneau. Batting eighth and in center field is Von Hayes. And batting ninth and at third base is Mike Champion. And here's Milt Wilcox's stats so far this year. He had a terrible start versus Toronto, and then his last start was against Cleveland, and he pitched 6 shutout innings. So his record is 9-3 with a 3.74 ERA. Opponents are batting .260 against him. And he's been solid since he's come back from his injury. He's only had 1 loss, so hopefully today we'll get back on the right track after losing the last 2 against Baltimore. Kevin Romberg leads it off, and he's going to pop it straight up to third base. Hebner has it for the first out. So 1 down for Jerry Dubzinski, and the dibber pops it up to Whitaker. Whitaker catches it just on the outfield grass for the second out. And that will bring up Gary Matthews, who takes a third strike looking. So just like that, a 1-2-3 inning, we head to the bottom of the first. And here's the lineup for the Tigers tonight. Batting first and playing second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting second and at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting third and playing first base is Jason Thompson. Batting cleanup today and catching is Carlton Fisk. Batting fifth and in right field is Gary Hancock. Batting sixth and at third base is Richie Hebner. Batting seventh and DHing is Champ Summers. Batting eighth and in left field is Bob Baylor. And batting ninth and in center field is Omar Marino. And here's Wade and Garland's stats. His record is 7-10. Not bad when you consider that they're 34-74 overall. So this is his 25th start, 7-10 record, a 4.93 ERA. He's given up 189 hits and 164 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .287 against him. He does have 3 complete games and a shutout. So, I mean, under the circumstances, yeah, he's pitching pretty decent for a last place team. And Lou Whitaker greets him with a base hit through the right side. That's the 9th hit for Whitaker against Garland this year. And so with Whitaker at first, we're going to hit and run with Trammell. And Trammell's going to get a ground ball to second base. Whitaker's takes second as Trammell's thrown out at first. So one down, runner in scoring position for JT. He's been hitting really well since we moved him to the number 3 spot. He grounds it just past Thornton at first base. Will Whitaker score on that? He does. So an RBI single to short right field for Thompson. Whitaker scores, and it's 1-0 just like that. So one down, here's Carlton Fisk. And Fisk strikes out swinging. So with 2 out and Thompson at first base, Gary Hancock is up next. And he hits a fly ball to left field, and it's going to be caught by Charbonneau for the 3rd out. So we head to the top of the 2nd. Here's Audrey Thornton, 4 for 7 with 2 walks against Wilcox. Probably as good as anybody this year against him. And he walks for the 3rd time. So Thornton's on first with Carl Pagel up next, and Pagel walks. Wow, back-to-back walks for Wilcox. And that will bring up Ron Hassey. I'm not really worried about Thornton scoring from second on a base hit necessarily. Let's see what happens. Oh, Taylor made double play as Hassey grounds it to short, and it is a double play. They turn 2. Thornton takes third, and that will bring up Super Joe Charbonneau with Thornton at third base. Oh, and Wilcox drills him right in the hip. So he gives the rookie a little welcome to the big leagues. And first and third now for Von Hayes, who has absolutely killed us. He had 4 stolen bases in the last series, and he had a game-winning home run. And I think he's got another. Oh, no, it's going to be off the wall. And 2 runs scored, and Haynes takes second base. It looked like it had just enough to get out. But yeah, something about Haynes, who was in his rookie season with batting .300 with 11 home runs. So 2 down, Haynes is at second, and Champion's going to fly out to Baylor in left field. So the Indians take a 2-1 lead on the double by Hayes, and Hebner will lead off the bottom of the 2nd inning. And he hits a fly ball into left center field gap, but it's going to be tracked down by Von Hayes. So 1 out for Champ Summers, 3 for 4 against Garland. And I only put him in there because of Fisk taking over at catcher. And he gets a base hit to left field, so he's got Garland's number. So Baylor's up next. We're going to have him sacrifice bunt. Try to get Summers into scoring position. And Baylor lays out a good bunt to third base. And Summers is safe at second. So a successful sac bunt. And with 2 outs, here's Omar Marino. Opportunity to tie the game. And he hits it on a rope to right field, but it's caught by Matthews. And that's the 3rd out. So we head to the top of the 3rd. Kevin Romberg, top of the lineup once again. And he pops it up. Someone between short and third will take it. And looks like it's going to be Trammell. So 1 down for the Dibber. And Dibzinski grounds it to Hebner. Hebner's got him at first for the second out. And finally, it's going to be Gary Matthews. And he grounds it to Thompson, who steps on the bag in a 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the third. Here's Whitaker, got a base hit, his first time up, 9 for 16 against Garland this year. It's amazing. And, he almost had another one as Romberg throws him out from second. So one down, here's Trammell. Trammell's going to pop it up to Romberg. 2 down. So with 2 outs, Jason Thompson's up next, and Thompson grounds it to Thornton, and that's another 1-2-3 inning. So we head to the top of the fourth. Audrey Thornton leads off. Only 1 hit for the Indians, as Thornton pops it right straight up to the mound, and it looks like Fisk caught it for the first out. So 1 down. Here's Carl Pagel. Thornton and Pagel walked back-to-back in the second inning, and Pagel grounds out to short here. So that's 2 down for Ron Hasse, 2 for 14 against Wilcox, and he grounds it to JT, and that's the third out. So another 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Here's Fisk leading off. Fisk hits a line drive to center field, but it's caught by Hayes for the first out. So 1 down. Gary Hancock's up next, and he shoots it down the left field line. It gets to the wall, and Hancock's got himself a double. So that's 4 hits for the Tigers, and Hebner has a chance here to drive in a run. And he's going to hit it to the second baseman, Romberg. It was a line drive. Hancock has to hold. So 2 outs for Champ Summers, who had that hit to drive in the run. And there you go, he walks. So runners at first and second. Bob Baylor's up with 2 down. And he's going to pop it up on the infield. So that should get the Orioles out of, or the Indians out of it. And it does. So we head to the top of the fifth. Joe Charbonneau leading off. And he hits a rocket to right field, and it clears the fence for the second home run of the year and of his career for Joe Charbonneau. So Wilcox really only had 53 pitches. Been a little wild, hit a batter, 2 walks, and now back-to-back home runs as Von Hayes crushes it. Man, that guy is amazing. He has 2 of the 3 hits against the Tigers. It's 4-1. And I guess Wilcox doesn't have it today as he gives up a base hit, 3 hits in a row for the Indians here in the 5th. And we're going to see if Wilcox can work his way out of this situation. Romberg is up next, still nobody out. And Romberg slaps it past JT at first. Champion holds, and that's 4 hits in a row. Okay, we're going to guard the lines. Maybe try to get 2 on Dybzinski. And he's going to hit it right to JT. Will that be 2? Nope, they just get the runner at second. So first and third, we're going to have to pull the infield in with Gary Matthews up. And Matthews is going to pop it up on the infield to Thompson. And that is the second out. So this will probably be the last batter for Wilcox either way, with runners at first and second, 2 outs. Here's Audrey Thornton. And Thornton hits a high fly ball to center field, deeper than I thought it would be. And that is the third out. So that will probably end the game for Wilcox. Score is 4-1 as they have 2 solo shots in the top of the 5th. Omar Marino leads off. So we had a couple scoring opportunities early. We couldn't, drive anyone in. So it's we're down 4-1, and Omar Marino, he pops out to third base, and then Whitaker grounds out to second. So 2 down. Wayne Garland totally in control right now. And Trammell ropes one to center field. for a hit, and no, we're not gonna shoot for two. We're down 3 runs, and Thompson is on a little bit of a power surge with hitting home runs in 3 straight games at one point this week. And Thompson's going to walk, so first and second. So Carlton Fisk is the tying run. With one swing, he could tie it up. Instead, he's going to bloop it into right center field. Oh, it's going to be caught by the center fielder, Hayes. That would have definitely scored a run. So here we go to the top of the 6th. Time to take out Wilcox. We've got some lefties coming up. And it just didn't go well for him. So we're going to bring in Shotzi, who's our long reliever, from the left-hand side anyway. He's going to face Carl Pagel. Oh, I should show you stats. And so this is his 42nd game, 7-2 with a 4.08 ERA. He's been working that ERA down since he moved back to the pen. And opponents are batting .270 against him. He does have a save. He also has 3 blown saves. So Carl Pagel is 1 for 7 against Shotzi this year. Is up first, and he grounds it to Trammell. That's 1 down. That will bring up Ron Hasse. Hasse slices it to left, but Baylor has it for the second out. So with 2 down, here's Joe Charbonneau, had the home run his last at bat, and he lines it right back to Schatzeder. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. So we head to the bottom of the 6th. Gary Hancock leads off, 9 for 18 against Garland now. And Hancock flies out to left field. That's the first out. Up next is Richie Hebner. And there we go. Hebner's going to get a base hit to left. So we got a runner on first. Oh man, I feel like I should hit and run, but we're going to let Summers swing away. And he's going to hit a fly ball to center. That should be the second out. It is. And so with 2 outs, here is Bob Baylor. Hebner's still at first base. And Baylor grounds it to short. And that is the third out. So we're going to switch the stats over to the in-game stats. Not a lot to be excited about at this point, unless you're a Cleveland fan with the 2 home runs. So we're going to let Shotzi face Von Hayes, who's a .315 hitter against lefties, but it's lefty on lefty. So I'll take my chances. And Hayes does pop it up on the infield. So a good job by Schatzeder. We're going to take him out, bring in the righty. 7th inning, I guess we'll bring in Roger Weaver. And here's Weaver's stats. 48th game for him. 3-0 record, .333 ERA. More walks than strikeouts. But opponent's only batting .227 against him. And he does have a save. So 1 down, Mike Champion comes to the plate. And Champion grounds to Trammell. That's the second out. And back to the top of the lineup with Kevin Romberg. And Romberg's going to bloop it right over Whitaker's head. It gets down for a base hit. And Romberg holds it first. So with 2 down, it's Jerry Dubzinski. And Dubzinski's going to get a base hit to right field. Romberg holds, though, as Hancock gets it in quickly. So first and second for Gary Matthews. Still 2 down. And there we go. Looks like a fly ball to center field. And it's going to be caught right at the warning track. 423 feet to dead center field. And we head to the bottom of the 7th. So Omar Moreno will lead off. He's 0 for 2 today. 0 for 5 overall against Wayne Garland. And Moreno grounds out to second. So 1 down. Top of the lineup again with Sweet Lou. Garland is now officially tired as he walks Whitaker. He's at 108 pitches, so this is the time to get to him. We're going to let Trammell swing away. And he grounds it weakly to first. Oh, and Thornton boots it. Whitaker's safe at second. First and second now for Jason Thompson, who does have a home run against Garland this year, is prone to hitting into double plays. Oh, not this time, as he hits it deep into left center field, and it's gone for a home run. Oh, nice. Man, Tom's, that's 4 home runs in at least his last 7 or 8 games, so that's going to be it for Garland. They tried to give him a chance to get through it, but they're going to bring in Mike Stanton, who at one point was the closer for this team. This is his 31st game, 3-2 record with a 1.74 ERA. Opponents are batting .203 against him. He had 7 saves in the brief time he was in the closer role. And so, still only 1 out here in the 7th. Carlton Fisk will face Mike Stanton. And that looks like a base hit to left field for Fisk. It is. And we're not going to risk attempting a double. So 1 down. Gary Hancock is up. He's 1 for 3 today. And he pulls it hard past Thornton at first base. Fisk takes third. And it's first and third with 1 out. And you know what that means. That means hit and run. First and third, less than 2 outs. Let's see what Hebner can do here. He grounds it to third. Will Fisk make it home? He does. We take the lead. We've got a 4 spot here in the 7th. Hancock's at second base. We still got a runner in scoring position for Champ Summers. And Summers is going to get a base hit to right field. Hancock should score. We're going to say no, and Hancock did score on that. So another run on the board. It's 6-4. So Summers at first base. Here's Bob Baylor. Baylor goes down and gets one, shoots it to right field. Another hit. Summers takes third. And that is quite a rally we have going on. First and third. Here's Omar Marino, the only Tiger who's hitless today. This would be a nice time to break out of it. As he walks, and now bases are loaded. And that is it for Stanton. They've seen enough. As they bring in Sid Monge. And this is his 24th game. He's 3-2 with a 3.46 ERA. Opponents are batting .237 against him. He's got no saves on the year. And it's a lefty on lefty. Whitaker's batting .257 versus lefties. So a bases loaded situation, and Whitaker goes down swinging. So that ends the bottom of the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th. And we've got a couple lefties coming up. I never like to let Weaver go a second inning, but we're going to have to let him throw to Thornton. We're up by 2 runs. And Thornton grounds it to third. And that's 1 down. So that's it for Weaver. He did his job, pitched scoreless inning. And we're going to skip over Comstock. He has been walking everybody. We're going to go right to our setup man, George Capizzello. Capizzello, here's the stats. 35th game. No record. His ERA is 2.40. He's got 22 strikeouts in 30 innings, which is pretty good for this era. And opponents are batting .228 against him. He does have a save. So here's Carl Pagel, who's 0 for 4 with 2 Ks. And Capizzello walks him, which is why I didn't want to bring in Comstock. So that's a bad start. Tying run to the plate in Ron Hasse. And he pops it up on the infield. Trammell has it for the second out. So we're going to guard the lines against Joe Charbonneau. He's batting .364 versus lefties. And he is the tying run. But he's going to ground it to JT at first. And he steps on the bag, and that'll end the 8th inning. So to the bottom of the 8th, Trammell will lead off. He's 1 for 4 today. And Trammell hits a high fly ball to center field. Almost 400 feet. That's 1 down. And here's some lefty on lefty action. JT's got his average up to 200 versus lefties. That's impressive as he grounds out to short. So 2 down. Here's Carlton Fisk. Fisk crushes lefties. 3 for 5 against Monge. And he's going to ground it to short, and that is the end of the 8th. So to the top of the 9th, we're going to let Capizzello pitch to Hayes, and then we'll bring in Senior Smoke to close it out. So here we go. We know Hayes hits lefties well. He's already got a hit against Capizzello this year, but he strikes out swinging. So good job by Capizzello. And here is Aurelio Lopez. He's been a little reckless lately. This is his 46th game, 3-3, with a 3.45 ERA. More walks than strikeouts. Opponents are batting .224, and he's got 27 out of 31 saves this year. Mike Champion, the number 9 hitter, will lead off. And Champion goes down, gets a base hit. So we have a runner at first. Kevin Romberg is up next. We're going to guard the lines with one down. Both of these runners are very speedy. And there we go. There's a base hit to left field. Gets past Baylor. And a run scores. Just like that, it's 6-5. We have a runner at second. We're going to intentionally walk Dybzinski to set up a double play. We're going to pull the outfield in for Gary Matthews, who is 0 for 1 against Lopez this year and 0 for 4 today. Lopez gets him looking on the corner for strike 3. And so we have 2 down, runners at first and second. Here's Audrey Thornton. This could be the ball game here. And he gets him looking on the outside corner, and the Tigers win. That was a very, very lucky game to win. We needed it badly. As we move back into second place, let's take a look here. The Orioles lost, so we hold our position at 2.5 back of the Yankees. 8 losses in a row now for Cleveland. Let's take a look at the transactions. And Scott McGregor of Baltimore gets a 4-year extension after the way he pitched against us in yesterday's game. I guess he deserves that. And John Matthias retires. I believe he was an original Seattle Pilot. I thought I would take a look, but maybe it's going to take a little too long. There we go. Nope, I guess maybe not. I think he was actually on the Seattle Pilots in '69, but he didn't play. So anyway, so let's pull up the box score. We'll get out of here. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy our content. I guess the player of the game has to be Jason Thompson, who had the 3-run home run to tie it up. There he is with home run number 11 on the year, and those 4 RBIs. Roger Weaver gets his 4th win against 0 losses in relief. Senior Smoke, a little rusty out there on the mound, but he gets his 28th save, and Mike Stanton takes the loss. His record is 3-3. Charbonneau got his 2nd home run. Von Hayes got his 12th. So that's it here from Tiger Stadium, and we'll be back tomorrow with Game 2 of the 3-game series. Have a good night.